So today you're going to be working with markers. And what I've done is I've just pulled some of the markers that we have in our classroom. Some are thin, some are thicker, some have a point, and some have a chisel point. So I wanted to just show you these different markers and a little bit about how you use them. I'm going to start with this one. This one is what's called a chisel point. You can see that it's got a diagonal top to it. And whenever you're coloring with markers, there's a few tips that I like to give. For instance, if I'm going to color this circle in, what I like to do is I like to have that chisel point flat down, and I like to outline what I'm gonna color in. So that means I like to go right around the edge, and I'm so careful when I'm going around that edge because I do not want to color outside the lines. And you can see I went around the entire edge, and then I come back in and I color. Now, something that is really good to do with good craftsmanship is that you color in the same direction the entire time. So once I went around the edge, then I went back and forth in the same direction. That gives a really nice look. This is a Crayola marker, and you can see that it goes to a point. These are really nice because you can get a thin line, and let me just show you that. So you can get a thin line like this if you just use the tip, or you can turn it on its side and you can get a thicker line. And I would do exactly the same thing that I did with that circle. I would go along my edges, and you can see I'm taking my time, and I am making sure that I do not go outside the lines, and then I'm going to come across for the inside. So that is that kind of marker. The next kind of marker that I have is a thin point, and you can see this makes a thin line. That is good for coloring in like very small details. Let me go ahead. Let's say I would have a circle like this, and if I use the big one, you can see that would not fit on the inside. I would use this small one just like this and fill each one of those in completely. Now, it's really important when you're using these markers to completely fill in your shape or whatever you're coloring, so there's no white showing. And what I like to do is go back and look at it and make sure that I've completely filled it in. So let me just show you. Let's say maybe that's one that you've done. You want to check, and I can see, oh no, there's white there, white there, white there. I'm going to go around and make sure that I fill all of that white in. And you want to check and double check, and even have maybe one of your friends next to you check. So you're going to go all the way around the outside and then color that in. This is a little bit of a smaller point here. So I know you're going to do a great job coloring with your markers. Remember, you want to make sure that you're coloring, do the edges first, and then color in the same direction all the way around. Have a great time using your markers today.